More croquet in the desert east of Los Angeles. If you need orientation, look at the previous video in this playlist, which has a Google Earth fly-in. This is the United States Croquet Association US Rules National Championship, December 2022. It's being held at the Mission Hills Country Club in Rancho Mirage, a suburb of Palm Springs. That first set of courts there is their dedicated croquet facility, and then for bigger tournaments they can convert the 4 grass tennis courts in that unmarked patch at the top to have 8 for national championships, the McRobb, Solomon Cup, etc. Rich Curtis is the on-site tournament director. I think Jeff Sue set up the player pairings initially. I'm not sure they had a designated tournament manager, but I'm going to give Nick Gray that title because he was helpful to me, along with Donna Dixon, in finding accommodations for your videographer, Brian Hovis, who also captured this drone footage. Mission Hills has a lot of tennis courts, and you'll hear tennis balls thumping throughout. City of Palm Springs is at the base of the San Jacinto Mountains, there to the west. We are the YouTube channel of the United States Croquet Association, which of course provides sponsorship. All things croquet at the USCA. And we're very grateful to Chris Barley for his sponsorship that allows us to do additional games at a big event like this. It's Thursday morning. We're finishing up block play. This is a match between Rory Kelley at a handicap of 0 from Arizona and Gary Bennett at -1 from Kentucky. Midwest versus the Old West. The surroundings here can take the sting out of losing if you just stand up and look. There's a great gondola ride to the top of that peak there with wonderful views from the observatory up there. Looks like Rory won the toss. Shouldn't be too hard to tell these two apart. I think Rory's a member of the Polar Bear Club along with Charlie Smith, and there's a third one. Maybe it's Herb Peterson who wears a big white beard like that. Rory's been a mainstay of Western croquet since Billy the Kid played croquet. He was a founding member of the Arizona Croquet Club. He's been running the U.S. Open for 35 years. I think Doug Grimsley's helping with that now. And he was the national doubles champion along with Britt Ruby in 2011. He's being inducted into the Hall of Fame this winter, and very deservedly so. Gary Bennett is from Louisville, Kentucky, and he and his brother Paul, who lives in Arizona, won the doubles championship in this tournament. They always play in the Nationals and the Pinehurst Invitational. Gary and Dick Sullivan were the first two that introduced me to how badly you can get beaten if you don't know what you're doing. In 2012 at Ben Burkhead's lawns in Louisville, Ben has passed away, and those lawns have fallen into disarray, I'm afraid. Gary, I think, grew up, he may have played clay like Archie Birchfield, etc. did. And his swing, I think, reflects that a little bit. they're going to play the waiting game for a while. And even though Brian's getting really good at slow, steady panning, they're playing so fast that I was getting dizzy watching the scenery go by, so I cut out most of the panning. This is kind of a cool maneuver because you hit it too hard, it goes out of bounds. That's no problem because you put the hot ball next to the opponent balls, and all they can do is split up or get a bunch of deadness. And if you short, then you've got a great attack going. Were he closer to the hoop, he could make the hoop and then either keep going or get rid of blue then. But now he doesn't want to do that roll up and maybe not get the hoop. So he's got to get rid of blue and hope to get yellow clean. Checking to make sure that blue can see red and black so he knows whether he can wire yellow from blue or not. The first game I ever played in Louisville, Dick Sullivan was my partner. He did this for me, went 3-ball dead, giving me a 3-ball break, and I think I got one hoop off of it. I was mortified. At least I knew to be mortified. Gary's not one to do massive rolls, I don't think. This is like a reverse Hogan roll in AC. And he's just going to take off and try to make a soup, and maybe, if he's lucky, peel yellow and get it clean because it is 3-ball dead.
Great serve, nice return.
Black's in my way. Okay, thank you.
These courts are built up above regular ground level, and I think that's why there's so much roll-off on some of the boundaries.
Unbelievable.
There's too many people standing on this side of the court.
That is? That's what made it extra weight?
Well, there is that explanation, too.
That hurt.
Looking at the board, he sees that both the opponent balls are dead on black. Yellow's 3-ball, but red could use yellow, so to keep that from happening, he goes over there with black, and now all they can do is split up. He's trying to make that hoop.
Behind you, Shreve. Behind you.
I love it when we get the video striped croquet balls oriented properly. It's the simplest example of temporal aliasing, or the wagon wheel effect. Just so you know, when the ball looks like it's standing still, it's going 15 feet per second, or a little over 10 miles an hour. If the video is 30 frames per second or 60 interlaced, which is what Brian says. You can do a whole physics graduate course on aliasing in any discipline where sampling of information takes place.
Oh, the problem is really.
Oh, long. Wait, Bob. Wait, tell me about this. I might play that ball.
Red to play.
Gary hits red with a beveled edge. It was technically a mallet fault since red and yellow are close together, but nobody cares.
Right in there in that alley. Good job.
That wouldn't be a problem if blue weren't dead on black. But although red's dead on black, if he can make the hoop off yellow, then he's got a 3-ball break. And Rory not only dodges a bullet, but he gets to make his hoop off yellow.
Should have hit it further to begin with.
Because yellow, the ball that plays next, is 3-ball dead. Black has what Bob and Ted used to call deadness rotation. He can do whatever he wants with black, and yellow can't hurt him. Not a term that gets used much anymore.
Have a little fun over here.
He must be trying to hit yellow gently here so that he can make the hoop after the Croquet, because that ball is in a vulnerable position now if yellow makes the hoop. This is an interesting maneuver on Gary's part. I don't know if he's trying to make that ball easier to pick up after he makes two and Croquet's blue, or if he means to go behind it out of bounds and then make it easier to set a rush for yellow to hoop three. You saw it, folks. Black very clearly scored hoop three. Red's dead on black, so now red and yellow can't join up.
Oh, I've got all this garbage to go over.
Yep, red was easier to pick up, all right.
Nice serve. See it, ball, Bill?
Go ahead and play black.
Go ahead.
Black kind of ain't the spot.
All black. Black. What's on?
Red. Something's in line.
Yeah.
You can only each. That's perfect. Perfect.
Oh my goodness. What's wrong with that? Brian dutifully pointed out the misplaced clip to Gary, which you're obliged to do.
Rory. Black one. That or is it not? What's black for?
But when queried, Rory insisted that was Black's hoop. Gary's not about to argue with him, so that's the state of the game. Brian and I talked about this, and I think you could take either position, that you should go out there and insist and make it clear that it's a misplaced clip, or, again, let the players decide the state of the game.
Standing on a hill.
The parentheses are to show that Black wasn't really for that hoop. And no, he doesn't get an extra point for scoring the same hoop twice. Although I'm sure Howard Sosen could invent a game that incorporates that principle. If you want to see what I'm talking about, look at Croquet Innovations either in our playlist on this channel or on Howard Sosen's YouTube channel, which is entitled Croquet Innovations. I think he wanted a rush on blue to hoop 4. Failing that, a rush to the yellow ball over by hoop 2 would have worked well too. I'm guessing he was better at those rush shots when he won his doubles national title with Britt Ruby in 2011. If yellow hadn't been 3-ball dead, I doubt that he would have tried that roll shot. Visions of a blue clip perched on the peg. You have to plan ahead when you're running a break, but when it's time to hit the shot, you got to be rooted in the present. That's how a 19-time national champion walks.
No, they can hear it. Leading edge. Did he not think Black's clip was wrong? No, he said.
I got it. You're good. Sometimes, you know.
Blue would serve him best to the east of the hoop so he could come through, kick it back toward yellow, and then send blue to 2 back while he picks up yellow the pivot ball to get to the pioneer at 1 back that Gary so carefully placed for him. So instead of using yellow the pivot ball, he's going to run a 3-ball break for at least 1 hoop. Putting blue in escape position and rushing red deep enough that he can get it well down court when he sets up for 1 back.
Oh, my fault. My fault. My fault.
And it's about here that I finally realized he never intended to make 1 back at all because yellow is 3-ball dead. So he sends red as a pioneer to blue's hoop 4. and then gives Blue the rush.
Why didn't you tell me I was playing it wrong?
No, you set the whole thing up. I didn't break that, Abby. Abby, let's get over there.
He wants a hoop shot at the end of this takeoff, but since red is live on blue, he can't set up. And with only 2 open spots on the board, there's going to be a lot of going to position for a while.
This monitor providing.
That's from 2 games. And I've got one more I haven't used.
Nice game, Nancy. Nice game.
Nice playing, you two, at good point. Thanks, Bill. 45. Nice playing, both of you. Thank you, Bill. 45.
Somebody look at that clock in the middle of the table.
Where are they supposed to this thing? Bill, great wheels on that. Nice pickup on that. Yeah, he was really on it. Nice job. Yeah.
Wearing black.
Yeah, he can't take any of the ground. Right. If you get a hold here, we're looking really good. You're doing really well. You get a hold here, we're looking good. 432.
Funny, there's nobody standing on that end of the court now at all.
Oh, big point up there. Great, great hop, great get up. Boy, you really got in that ball there. Red's clean, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, you wuss.
I don't know. You know, I always take a look at her what she's gonna do before I stop.
Scoreboard's a little lopsided now. You might be tempted to change the channel because you think you know what's going to happen, but Gary Bennett didn't win the doubles in this tournament by rolling over.
Hey, my buddy. How you doing? No. Huh? With the Millikins. You play out of turn.
Gary's next shot looks a little crazy, but I think it's more crazy like a fox. He's throwing them the ball that's 3-ball dead. He did not mean to hit him, obviously. Had he made the hoop, great. If he bounced off the hoop, which is what he meant to do, then yes, Rory has a 3-ball break, but he's got to make one back, which means yellow gets clean. So basically, it was an effort to push Rory into cleaning yellow. The board's a little hard to check from where he is, so I dead ball fault.
Oh, I am.
And unlike the previous out of turn, this one has
Boy,
consequences.
I took the rest the other way.
This seems a little brazen too, but if it misses, blue's not going to come get him, and black is dead on red. So
Clear yellow.
But it was clear. How did it get clean? I don't know. I went and take that shot.
Now.
I looked over and saw it was clean. I should have known the state of the game. It's my fault. But I looked over and that's why I took the shot. Because I was going to dilly-daddle here for the next.
dilly-dally. I'm going to have to take him to task for using my name in vain. Not that he would be the first, of course. And had he realized that yellow was still 3-ball dead, I wonder if instead of making one back and giving it a clearance, he would have taken blue to the west boundary and just lurked around hoop 2 while Gary tried to get clean by attacking.
50-50. But I'm happy with my time. We're good. It's good to see you.
So in reference to the aforementioned state of the game, first you figure out how much time is left.
Hey, Paul, how much time's on that clock? Yeah. How much? 13.
Then you look at the board and see what you have to accomplish to go ahead. Gary actually doesn't look at the board much because he keeps it all in his head. He's a real old school player. You can see that he's down by 7. He's got a lot of time. He's already waited a couple of turns to make sure that his rush on red to hoop 2 is perfect. He wanted to be a lot closer so he could pick up blue. That way he could have rushed black to hoop 4, run a break, and given black to red. But from this distance, it'd be crazy to shoot at blue when you got black sitting there off the line like that.
Christmas if we don't talk.
So 5 hoops, only dead on opponent, down by 2.
I'm sorry, what?
Ain't been through.
Black's got Oh, you didn't go one back.
That's it. I was trying.
There I go. I'm sorry.
I was trying.
Got all excited.
Notice the wide join this time. If Gary wins, he's going to need to tip the greenskeeper for that one. This is an inch or two away from a fabulous shot. So yellow can't score, but it can give it back to red. Clock went off right about there. So yellow's first and last turns, and I'm going to give Rory credit for using the clearance on black, even though I didn't hear it. And this is a game saver. If he misses this, then black has a pretty easy chance to make at least 2 or 3 hoops. And the Old West sharpshooter prevails. I doubt that he feels any pressure on shots like that. He's been playing at a high level for so long. He's leaving yellow in pioneer position at hoop 6 for red because he wants to do a takeoff to get up there and separate those two balls. Could have gone a little bit farther. You can see in the split shot, Gary's not trying to run a break. He's trying to get rid of black. Didn't want to leave black with blue, but black is for one back, and he might have been better off to just take off with red from black to make sure that he got a good rush on yellow to his hoop 6. I have the benefit of hindsight, of course, but with a good rush on yellow, he easily could have run 6 and 1 back and gone ahead by a hoop and then attacked. It's a game of inches. The Old West withstands the late charge of the Midwest, and Rory Kelley takes Gary Bennett by 1. Gary got into the knockout and lost in the semis of one of the second life brackets, but I bet he didn't play a game that was any more entertaining than this one. Give us a like, subscribe, hit that bell so you know when the rest of the U.S. Nationals 2022 are coming out.